Finally.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So when did you start wrestling?
Freshman year.
Okay, so
Of high
you're
school.
you're new to it.
Definitely, for sure. I mean, my whole life I played soccer. I played club soccer since I was 8, and I've always played soccer. And then in middle school, I had like an injury, and I was out for a while. And I mean, I still love the sport. Don't get me wrong, soccer is like so fun. But I didn't get back into it for high school. I actually didn't make the team freshman year for high school, and I was like,
No way.
yeah, no, I didn't make the team for high school in freshman year. And I was like, well, I mean, I got to do something because I want to stay in shape and I want to stay active. And my dad's always been in the wrestling program at Liberty. He's been helping with like the youth and everything ever as long as I can remember. And I tried it out in middle school, and to be honest, I didn't like it. Like I went to like 1 or 2 practices, and I think Bella was there at those middle school practices, and I was like,
Really?
yeah, I was like, I don't really like this. Like it's just too sweaty and gross and boys for me, you know.
So that's what kind of turned you off was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
okay.
And I was like, I just didn't like love it, you know. And then high school, I guess a different environment, you know. All the guys, like everybody's like. It's like a family. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also felt kind of out of place when I tried it out in middle school because like I felt like they were very exclusive, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I got to high school, it was like the only option I had, and I also was like, I mean, not the only option. I like could have done other sports, but I feel like wrestling was like nudging. Dad was nudging me to wrestling. Dad was nudging me to wrestling and stuff like that. But so yeah.
What was so different from 8th grade to freshman year? Like what made you actually be like, okay, I want to do this now?
To be honest, not making the team for soccer. Like I was like, I told the coaches because I played right wing, so I'd run up inside of the field all the time, and I was
Okay.
and I told them I was like, yeah, like I love soccer so much, but I mean, I'll try wrestling if you guys cut me, you know. And they cut me, and they're like, so you better kick ass on the mat, and I was like, okay. And so yeah, I just started wrestling.
Are you happy about that decision?
100%. Yeah, I love wrestling so much.
So how did freshman year go for you as a wrestler that first year?
Freshman year, it was just me and Lily. And it was in the freshman room with all the guys. And there's a few girls that come in and go, you know, especially with wrestling. It's hard to keep a consistency, especially with girls because.
Okay, hold on. So your freshman year was 3 years ago. So was your freshman year COVID year? Or was it?
Yeah.
So your first year wrestling was COVID year?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Let's keep
No.
going.
Yeah, and it was super weird because all the guys that we were wrestling with in the room were all concerned and mad because they didn't get any matches. They kept complaining to us and were jealous of us because us girls were getting more matches and like a few more because we're just girls, you know, and like I don't know, the guys literally had 1 or 2 matches that whole freshman year because of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were all jealous of us because we had 10. You know what I'm saying? It was just funny.
Was that just the way like it worked out?
Yeah.
Or why did you guys have so many and they didn't?
Well, because we're varsity, like girls at our school is obviously varsity because there's not any other teams
Right,
for
yeah.
other girls. And so we would go with the varsity guys other places and they'd have girls
Okay.
and stuff like that. And then the freshmen would have only scheduled tournaments. And then, yeah, there was like a lot of freshmen when I was going wrestling freshman year.
Okay, if you look back at your freshman year, how do you feel about it now? Like,
It was embarrassing.
it was embarrassing. Really?
I was so bad. When I, you know.
Why do you think that?
Well, do you know Sarah Smoker? Sarah
Yes.
Smoker. Yes.
Yeah, I
so,
do.
yeah, she was a senior the year I was a freshman. And the black and red duel is like a huge duel that Liberty Wrestling like hypes up at the beginning of the season. And it's just like competing for varsity spots, you know, like a bunch of our families and friends come and watch, you know. And they had me have a match and I was like so scared because freshman year was like the beginning of the season. I didn't know anything that I was doing. I was like, oh my gosh. And then on top of that, I had to wrestle Sarah. And Sarah was like a senior. She's pretty good at wrestling for like, you know,
Yeah.
And then, it was so bad. I was like messing up the whole time. Like the spotlight was on. I was so embarrassed. It was so funny. But now I look back and I was like, it was a learning experience, you know, she was super sweet to me about it, but I mean, she won. So yeah, it was funny.
Okay, so how does year 2 go? So your sophomore year, which was last year, which
Yeah.
is when I met you.
Yeah.
So we'll wait. I have a really funny story about that. But okay, so how do you feel your sophomore year went for you?
I feel like I excelled a lot and I learned a lot more than I did freshman year. I feel like I became more focused. I'm like, okay, this is my sport. This is what I'm going to do now. And I became more exclusive with my thoughts and like focused on wrestling. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put a lot of time and effort into it and I grew a lot sophomore year. But I mean,
Where did the confidence come from? Because now you walk around like I can't even imagine you not being a not confident wrestler because like the way you are, the way I know you.
Yeah.
So like, where did that?
Well, I mean, confidence
come
is like a mindset, like
Yeah.
I had to tell myself all the time that I'm getting better. There's obviously people better than me. I'm not going to say I'm the best out there, but I'm also not the worst because I put the work in. Do you know what I'm saying? And confidence is just knowing that you're putting the work in and you're getting your stuff done so that you can, end up with a good product and you're going to be really good. So I'm getting a little tongue twisted here.
You're fine.
But what I'm saying is pretty much confidence is a mindset. And I would always tell myself that I'm working to get better. And so therefore I'm going to be better. And I am better every day that I work at it.
How do you get yourself into that mindset? I think that's really interesting. Like that for you, confidence is just strictly a mindset. So like, how do you put yourself there?
I don't really know. I kind of just in my mind.
And
like,
you don't have to know. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
It kind of
could
just
be a
yeah. It's just the thing that I like have to tell myself, And like in other aspects of life, like in order to be confident, I have to tell myself that I'm good at what I'm doing, or you know what I'm saying. Like with people, I talk a lot. Like I'm a very, very talkative person. I have to be confident in myself to know, because some people don't like that. Some people get mad and some people get annoyed that I'm happy and talking all the time. But you have to be confident in yourself and like learn how to love yourself in order to excel in anything you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running through. Okay, up until let's say girls sectionals. How was that season going?
So we had
Because you had quite a few wins.
Yeah. Well, it's because with our girls team, we had two girls. Yeah. So Lily's younger sister, Lola, and Aubrey, my sister, joined when I was a sophomore and Lily and I were sophomores. So the weight classes adjusted a little bit and I had to go up a weight class. I had to go up to 152 and my sister took 145, which was crazy because freshman year I was 138 and I lifted over the summer, went up to 145. Then I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to 152. So I went from 138 to 152.
Okay, how was that gain for you?
Okay, so I was still underweight. I would go up a weight class. I weighed now like 148, 149, just resting. And
so you were giving up a few pounds.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I'm also very, very strong and I get told that all the time. And so these girls were like not as athletic as I was, especially going up a weight class. So that definitely gave me an advantage because I was lighter, I was faster, I was stronger. So that's why I dominated a lot in my sophomore year.
Okay, speaking of your strength, so I have video of you, at state. It's one of the greatest. I have so many great videos of you. But, so this girl has you, she's trying to roll you on your back. She has you down. She has both of her hands on your arm underneath the elbow. She's got 2-on-1, and she's trying to crank you over.
Yeah.
And you just straight muscled her and rolled, like she had you in a really bad situation.
Yeah.
Right? Because she was 2-on-1, all of her weight trying to pull you, and you just muscled her over, bro. It was so dope.
Yeah. I sometimes put myself in bad situations and I just rely on my strength.
You just have the strength out of it? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because it's just funny because coaches get mad at me all the time. They're like, don't pull. I get told this all the time from my coaches. Don't pull her on your back, like pull her onto you. Because for some reason, sophomore year, I kept doing that. I kept pulling them on top of me.
You're almost like pulling guard in jiu-jitsu.
I never did jiu-jitsu though. So I don't know.
Funny.
I don't know why I was doing that. I kept pulling them on top of me. And my dad and everybody was just telling me like, you need to not do that. You're going to get stuck. And I kept getting stuck. But I had to keep muscling out of it. And now I'm trying my best to not do that. I don't think I do it anymore. But that was definitely a struggle with me sophomore year. I would always pull girls on top of me. And none of the guys understood it either. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. It's just so funny. But
yeah, it worked out for you though.
Yeah, but I mean, don't tell me that because I might keep doing it. And no, I don't think my coaches would be happy with that.
Yeah, I think this season's going to be a whole lot different.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, so speaking of your strength and state, you got a point taken off at one point for when you get up and flex, right? After you win.
Yes.
Now, that's really interesting. For one, when you do that, I got to tell you, like...
It was one time. It was one match at state.
It makes me feel like this big. Like, as a grown man, when you... Because I know my arms can never be that big. I'm like, that's not fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, so... That was really weird that you got that point taken off just for flexing.
I didn't even realize that, to be honest. I didn't know that until now, just now.
Yeah.
I didn't know I got a point taken off.
It's not like you flexed at her.
No, I was okay. We were in the corner of the whole entire stadium, and the whole entire wrestling team was right in front of me. And I was being stupid and giving them ups and downs of a roller coaster of emotion because I was, I don't.
That's your style.
I guess, yeah. I guess I like to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, you like to keep it interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to challenge myself, Anyways, so they were all sitting like in the stands, like right above me, and I was like so hyped because I had just won in overtime.
Yeah.
And I was so excited, and then I guess it was just like instinct. I was just like, I like stuck my tongue out. I was like muscling, and I was like, boom. But it was also like I didn't even know I got that point taken off.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about that point being taken off is that so many other things that happened that nobody took points off. I had a dude throw his headgear at me.
At you?
Yeah, at me.
While
it
you
was
were recording
great.
or something?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I was shooting Marcos Cerna. He had taken this dude into overtime.
Yeah.
He had frustrated him so bad.
Everybody gets so intense in overtime. I love overtime.
I know, so do I.
I hate getting there, but when it's there and after, it's so cool to look back on.
So yeah, it's amazing.
It's so fun.
It's like the most exciting part of
Yeah,
wrestling.
yeah.
So Marcos finally, he scores a point on this dude. He wins. And I was like super excited, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. And I yelled really loud. Yo, he took off his headgear and just chucked it at me. And he hit me with it.
Marco did?
No. The
Oh,
dude
the other
he
guy.
beat. Yeah.
Because he was mad that you were
And
cheering
so I
him.
picked it up and I actually held it in front of the camera. I made his coach come get it from me. It was funny.
That's
But like he
No,
didn't get
coach
a point.
would bust my butt if
Yeah,
I
he didn't
tried
get a
that.
point taken off.
That's insane.
So I was like, how did Claire get a point for flexing? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Okay, so let me tell her, like, when I first met you, because I had heard about you probably for about 3 months before I ever met you, right? Because
That's crazy. Okay.
So,
That's
yeah,
a little confidence boost for me, not going to lie.
it was you and Trinity who I'd heard these names
Yeah.
all season.
Yeah.
Like, people were I won't really, like, say the conversations or anything, because, like, I'm privileged to, like, coach conversations, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but, yeah, your name was brought up quite a bit, and I was like, okay, I gotta meet. Who is Trinity and Claire? Like,
Yeah.
And then I had this whole like image kind of built up of you guys. Like you guys had this like sort of celebrity, and I thought you guys would be like these super alphas, right? But then I meet you guys, and you're like super cool. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I do honestly, like, after seeing you and before meeting you and like knowing, like, I would expect you to walk around like an ultra alpha, like just, you know what I mean? Just walk
Yeah.
around like a wolf, just spitting on people. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But that's not at all like
Yeah.
the way you are, and that's what's so cool about it.
yeah, I mean, I love talking to people. I've told that I'm a very outgoing person, and I like cracking jokes. I like being happy, And so I don't see the benefit in making fun of people and being like bigger than them. I don't see. I could see where you're coming from, like why you think I'd be like that, but I just don't. I'm not drawn that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm confident in myself and I'm confident in my wrestling, but I also know again that I'm not as good as some of our guys at Liberty are crazy good. And I mean, you just have to, it's all about balance, And so like, I just like making everybody feel included and happy and like making jokes and stuff like that. And so I don't want to ever come across like rude or like better than everyone else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think you're like that?
I don't think I am. I actually don't. But I mean, a lot of people, they'll see me in the hallways and I wear like tank tops and stuff like that. And girls are like intimidated because I have muscle. And it's just so crazy for a girl to have muscle. It's so funny. So they'll get scared of me and they'll start like saying things about me. And I'm like, guys, if you just talk to me, you realize that I'm actually not mean.
Super nice. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I remember telling Danae. I was like, yo, I really did not think she was going to be like that. Like, she's like the nicest girl in the world. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was really funny.
Well, I'm glad that you think that.
Good. Let's talk about this year.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, like, to prepare for this year? And what is the goal for you for this year?
Okay. Well, definitely to do better than last year. I mean, freshman year, I did 6th in state. And then
Which is
sophomore-
still awesome.
For
A state
first year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a state placement. Like, let's go.
Yeah, that was really exciting. My dad was pretty proud of me for that.
Everybody is. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And then sophomore year, I got 4th, which I got better,
super
Yeah.
amazing.
And I was annoyed by one of the matches because I was stupid and I should have wrestled for 1st and 2nd, but I put myself in a bad situation.
I have all of your state
Yeah.
matches, by the way. Because Goldwater didn't have anybody in your weight class.
Yeah.
So like I was able to get
yeah.
all of yours. It was
That's
awesome.
crazy. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
You
and a
should-
couple from sectionals.
Okay.
Too. So I'm gonna put a couple up there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy. If you could send those to me,
Yeah,
I would
I
love
thought
to go
I
back
did,
and watch them.
actually.
No, you're
Like,
good.
okay.
I'll send you my email and you can send them to me.
Okay, cool.
That's so cool. But what were we saying? What was I?
This year, what your goals?
Oh, yes. So over the summer I worked a lot and I worked at Salinago. Actually, it's so fun. Me and Lily worked there together. It's so
I
fun.
love salad.
Yeah,
and go.
it's
That's
so
like
good.
The best.
It's so good. And a lot of the workers like get confused, like annoyed of how the food is, but I still eat it every day. It's so good.
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah. But over the summer, I worked there a lot, and I went to Fargo and stuff like that, and had workouts with the wrestling team. And I worked a lot over the summer and off season because pretty much all I have going on in my life is school, which that's crazy right now because it's junior year and it's insane. And then work and wrestling. Like I don't have anything else really. So I mean, I would work out over the summer, and then when school started, we have a 5th-hour weight training class that coach has, and it's very like structured. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're lifting, and then Tuesday and Thursday we're wrestling in the room during school. And it's the same as like a normal wrestling practice. It's like we're getting our work in, and then I think it's Monday and Thursday actually after school we stay after, and we do gymnastics.
Nice.
So that's my schedule. Like every week, I'm in the room, I'm lifting, and I'm doing gymnastics every week.
What are you walking around at this year?
About the same. I bulked up a little bit. I mean, 150, but I'm still under 152.
So that's awesome though. So no cutting for you.
Not really, no. And I'm hoping that I stay up at 150 too. We have a new girl this year. I think she's going to go up to like 165, I think.
Okay.
So hopefully our weight classes don't change a bunch. Coach was talking about changing our weight classes, and I was like, no, I like where I'm at. Like, I don't want to go anywhere
Yeah, no,
else.
you're like right where
yeah,
you should be
yeah,
in that.
yeah.
That's a perfect area for you.
Yeah.
I know Bridget's going up.
Yeah.
You got a couple girls going up.
Yeah, because a lot of us bulked up over the summer. We've been lifting.
Yeah.
So
A lot of you did. Like, did you see Cheyenne?
yeah,
Like,
she's
Really
jacked.
doubled in
Yeah,
size. That
she's-
was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was expecting
It's
you to
all
be
about-
that way too.
Yeah. It's all about the off season. You just got to keep
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is junior year.
Yeah.
Speaking of that so this is like college recruitment year. This is the beginning
Yeah.
of all that. Are you
Yeah.
are you thinking about that?
Yeah. I would like to wrestle in college, but I want to go to school for I want to be a doctor. I want to
What
be
kind?
I want to be an OBGYN.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've actually wanted to be that since like 6th grade. So since before this whole wrestling thing, like I've known what I wanted to do, and
That's kind of crazy
I know.
for you to know like what kind of
I know.
specific doctor you want to be.
yeah. So funny.
Why do you what's the inspiration behind that?
Okay, I used to watch YouTube all the time as a kid, and I would obsess with like family channels, and I love like babies and stuff like that, and like women and children. And I also love like the biology and like human anatomy just fascinates me. And so when I started learning biology a little bit, and I went to Basis in middle school and learned more about biology because Basis is crazy curriculum. They start teaching like high school level classes in 6th grade and 7th grade, and so I honestly struggled, but I still loved biology, and I loved chemistry, and physics and math just don't even need to be taught in schools. I hate them so much. They're terrible.
Yeah, my brain falls apart when
Oh,
it comes
yes.
to high level math.
I'm in pre-calculus right now, and it's kicking my...
Oh, I dropped out of calculus completely.
I dropped first time, and now I'm taking it, and I was like, why am I here?
Right. When I looked at my
Oh.
degree, because I have a fashion design degree, don't ask. But it's like I only needed college level algebra. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not doing calculus or trig.
Yeah, I already did college algebra, and I got dual enrollment for that.
Dope.
And then I did pre-calculus right now, and I'm doing enrollment for that. And then I'm
So
probably...
your academics are really good.
Yeah, I varsity freshman year for academics, and then sophomore year I got another academic award.
What do you mean you varsity?
You get varsity in academics at my school, so you get like
So
a
you
letter.
can letter
Yeah.
in academics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I have 2 letters right now because I have like sports and I have academics, and then I have like a few pins for wrestling now because I should have 2 pins on it now because I've been varsitying every year for wrestling.
Okay.
And then I don't know, our academic ceremonies in like 2 weeks. I think it's like the 20-something.
And what is that?
25th. I'm sorry.
What is the academic ceremony?
It's a ceremony where they just congratulate you on keeping your grades up and keeping out your GPA.
Okay.
So right
What
now,
is your GPA?
right now it's kind of struggling because my pre-calculus grade is at a C because I'm really struggling in that class. But it's like a 3.6. But I mean,
That's struggling?
She's averaged 3.9 her first 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess that is
Yeah.
a little struggling.
Yeah, I
but
try to keep it up there. I want to end with like a 3.75, 3.8
This year?
Yeah, so I can get academic scholarships and stuff like that because school's gonna be crazy expensive to be a doctor. That's
yeah, absolutely.
insane.
Okay, so what are you looking for with colleges?
I don't know. I want to go to college at U of A, to be honest. That's like my dream college.
Good medical program
Yeah,
there.
their medical program is really good, and it's far enough from my family to be like a little like farther away, make them miss me a bit, you know. But it's also
a little independence,
yes,
but
yes.
still.
I'm so independent. I do like ever since I was younger, I've like been super independent. I'm also the oldest sibling of like 3 of 4 kids, so I have 3 younger siblings, and I've always just done
so do
my
I.
own thing. Yeah, I love my siblings. They're literally my favorite thing.
I don't. Oh, I'm kidding.
No, because I drive Aubrey to school every day, and then I drive her home every day, and we wrestle all like we're literally together all the time. And then my younger sister Jillian, plays soccer too. She's a goalie. She's super good. And then my brother wrestles, and he does tackle football, and he does baseball.
Nice.
So our family is super busy, and I love them so much. But what I was saying.
Your college.
Yes, it's far enough from them, but also close enough to like come back up to watch their games.
Okay, so does U of A, do they have a wrestling program?
I don't think so. I don't think
they do either.
I know.
Yet.
Yeah.
I know ASU's just like starting to play with it,
yes.
so hopefully U of A will come on board.
Yeah. And
Would you consider that would you consider like an out-of-state D1 college
Yeah.
if they offered you like a full wrestling scholarship?
Yeah.
Is that something you're actually interested in?
yeah, I would definitely go for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of state, I would love to go anywhere. I mean, U of A, I want to go. I would love Texas, California, but I don't know. I don't know if I could do like super cold in like Washington.
You don't want to go to California.
Well, why?
Unless it's Stanford. If you go, yeah, take Stanford. Go ahead.
Why not California?
It's not great anymore. It's just not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty much open to anything. I mean, I'd love to go to like U of A, and then there's like a Christian college called Biola in California that is really
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
I've heard of
campus
that.
is beautiful. But I mean, other than that, I'm pretty open. And wherever I get the like scholarships, I mean, obviously gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have voiced to me previously that professional fighting does interest you.
The UFC is very appealing. Yes.
Okay, so
Because I love wrestling, but I would also just love to like punch people sometimes.
right, just drop
Just-
some hands.
like it would end the fight so much quicker.
yeah, it would.
Yeah. Especially if I'm. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
If-
haven't done any boxing or MMA though, and I was talking to my dad recently about like I'm interested in that a little bit. That'd be super fun to try it out and see if I actually like would fit in the UFC. I watched UFC forever. Like I watch matches I watch fights all the time. Sorry, I get confused with matches and fights with wrestling.
wrestling is a fight. Like that is still a fight.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's a combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you're
but
just not dropping hands.
yeah.
That's it.
I just have very fond memories of me and my dad going to like the sports bars and eating pizza and watching the UFC. And then I saw like Holly Holmes fight and stuff like
Right,
that when
yeah.
I was younger, and I was like, I want to be like that.
That'll motivate
That
you
is
really.
yeah. I was like, I want to be like that. You know, I want to be her. I want to be a badass. I want to be like, do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, Amethyst and I are fight ready.
Yeah.
So we're doing kickboxing and jujitsu. So if you want to come join us,
Okay.
you're always
Where
welcome.
is that?
Fight Ready's on Scottsdale, Shea.
Okay.
Shea in the 101, it's not too far. Well, you're at Liberty, so you're a
Yeah.
little bit further,
Yeah.
but it's not that bad.
Yeah. The map state made us take a weird route here. They made us take like the 303 to like.
Yeah, that's how I went to Liberty the other day. It was crazy.
I was like, we could have just took the 101 to get out here, but I mean.
Okay, so how do you feel about the promotion of this sport for
I'm so excited. I am so excited that wrestling is growing so rapidly and getting so much fuel behind it, especially women's wrestling. Like that's crazy because it's empowering me and other women just to be so confident and happy in themselves and being in a combat sport that most girls don't do. And the fact that there's a huge community behind us, hyping us up and pushing this sport is just so inspirational and so exciting.
What do you think has been like the biggest thing for wrestling? Like, because I have noticed a massive jump in like the talent of you girls. Like,
Yeah.
there's just this core group. That
Yeah.
You guys are just elite. You know.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Where do you think that has come from?
What do you mean? Like, do you mean like practicing or like from like the people behind us?
Yeah, like the people behind you. Like, what has made this massive jump in like women's combat sports? Do you feel? Do you think it's UFC being as popular?
Yeah, the UFC is pretty popular. I also think that, I don't know, it's my generation, like, especially women empowerment, everything is a huge thing right now. And I feel like that's just another sport where it's like embarking on like new territory, and everybody's super excited about women being involved in like a lot more things than in the past, you know?
Do you feel like it's promoted equally as boys sports?
It depends on who you talk to. Obviously, at my school, like coaches hype us up as equally as the guys, and they sometimes bring up how we're state champs and the guys
They're
were
not.
last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at our school, that definitely both girls and guys get a lot of support. But I also think funding for like girls sports and like that, it's not as much as like guys football. The guys football team and the girls cheer are like the highest fundraising ever. It's crazy. Like,
Right. And did your
They get
football
New
team
Year-
have a state championship last year?
no.
Did your cheerleaders have state championship last year?
They won in the Palmies won in hip hop, but I mean not the cheer team. So it's just it's a little annoying, I'd say. It's just because like we put in so much work into such a difficult sport.
A ton
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah, but we're not, and we fundraise by ourselves and everything. And the golf tournament was so fun. I was actually out of town for that, but the girls had so much fun fundraising that way. But yeah, it's just like those sports get new uniforms every year, new this, new that. We're super excited because we finally switched out our mats because we've had the same mats since like 2016 and they're literally peeling and they smell so bad and everybody gives us crap about it. But we got new mats and so we're so excited.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Mats are expensive.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
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 Okay, so this season, what's your focus? What's your number one focus this season for you, like talent wise?
Well, I'm gonna have to quit my job because wrestling's gonna take top priority. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and in order to get better than I was sophomore year, I need to put more time and work in. So I need to start going to Grindhouse, and I need to start lifting extra on the side and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about. Still need to talk to my dad about it, but I'm thinking about quitting my job or maybe just working Sundays because. I need to work more and I need to get better. Like I'm not bad, but
You're not bad. You're like far from that.
But there's so much better that I can do. Like yeah. Lily and Bella keep giving me runs for my money. So
Yeah, I mean, well, especially Bella. Like
Yeah.
that's hard to keep up.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, so totally forgot what I was gonna say right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lily and I, since we're like the same age group and around the same weight class, you know, freshman year I was 38 and I think she was 32. I think she cut to 32, so not be at 38. But we've always been like head to head, like we're super like close. We're like best friends. We're literally neighbors now. Actually, we just moved in literally down the street. So Aubrey and me and Lily and Lola could walk to each other's houses. It's so
That's
fun.
awesome.
It's so fun. But yeah, Lily and I have always been like I'm trying to.
You're like in competition with each other, but not.
No, we're
Like,
best
it's
friends.
a friendly competition.
Yeah, we're best friends. But we're just like, I'm a little stronger. She's a little more technique. Blah blah blah. And every match is super fun to watch when we wrestle.
Is that motivating to you?
Yeah,
having
for sure.
someone like that.
Oh, always. Having Lily right next to me all the time is giving me like, okay, I need to do this better. I need to do this better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's gotten a lot better since she's been at Grindhouse too. She's given in.
When did Grindhouse start for you?
I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I've been working a lot over the summer and I haven't gone as much as I'd want to.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely am going to start going after I quit my job.
Because I have noticed that is that's a running theme for all the elite girls
Yeah.
in this state is they're all at Grindhouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they obviously build champions.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Okay.
And
That's awesome.
I need to start going there.
Are you gonna come back after the season starts? Will you come back, sit down, we'll do another one?
Yeah.
We'll do another
Of
update?
course.
Okay.
And we'll do a little recap about how I won state and everything. That would
Exactly. Please. We're gonna do a whole episode on your state, so
Yes,
that'll be
yes.
awesome.
I'm so excited for this season, though. I'm so excited to see how much I've improved by putting the extra work in, and I'm just so excited.
Dude, I am too.
I'm so excited.
Because like you have
It's also-
legit like some of the most exciting matches of all.
It's
the entire
because
season.
I put myself in bad
Like-
situations and give you the ups and downs of a roller coaster.
Well, and it's because you're so strong and like
Yeah.
you can just muscle out of things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Most girls don't have that.
Yeah.
That luxury just to be able to. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. Oh, I'll just muscle this girl
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, I just gotta figure it out.
Yeah. No.
But-
So that's
Yeah.
awesome. And then we'll be doing some updates at Liberty with you guys
Yeah.
too. So.
Well, and COVID like isn't as bad as this year. Like it affected sophomore year a little bit. Freshman year was really bad, but now it's like a lot better without COVID and everything. I'm super excited
Yeah,
for this year because it's gonna be so much
yeah,
better.
this will be a complete full
COVID-free.
season.
I'm so
for you,
excited.
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. All right. Well, thank you for coming by finally.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Just literally, I had to chase her down. Like
He texted me. He's like, "I'm actually
that was
a little
weeks
offended."
ago. So yeah.
You haven't actually been on the podcast yet. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's just because you're like literally you're one of my favorite personalities in this whole sport. So I'm like, I gotta have her.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
No, this was awesome, and I appreciate it. And let's go this season.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.